we're all assholes to some level. If we stack ranked the four of us on our assholishness, I'll take first. But
really,
where does it go?
I wasn't gonna order it that way.
I've done some mean things.
You have, but not all the time in public. You know, interacting with wait staff and just people in the service industry.
Wait, you were putting me as most asshole?
I think I gotta because those people are making less than minimum wage and work off chips.
I feel like he does it unintentionally though. But I think that still makes you an asshole.
Worse.
That's true.
That's just in his nature.
No, no, it's not. It's not.
He's an all-natural asshole.
Yeah, organic.
It's not
He's
fair.
not having a bad day. He's a bad guy.
Woody is a no GMO asshole.
Non-GMO, farm raised from the earth asshole.
I've looked down at people from way before it was appropriate to do so. I've always felt this way.
Fishermen, wait staff, people on planes. He throws up next to them. Come on, who does that?
Oh, I feel
really,
so
go to the
bad.
bathroom.
Oh,
Woody
God.
one time he said, the real reason that I throw up on planes is because I have to sit next to those poor people.
I heard him say that's true.
I had to share a bathroom with a mechanic, Kyle, a man who works with bare hands.
It's never happened.
No, absolutely not. I vomit. I vomited the thought of it. Kyle. That's what he said to me.
That's true. He told me that he requests that his seatmate writes down his net worth on those little napkins, and if it's not up to snuff, he just guffaws and puts his little blinders on.
He just starts gagging.
I fix my own cars. Wait, what did he say?
When you spat in that one guy's face?
He spat in that guy's face, that blind guy. He wouldn't get. Woody was like, "Excuse me," and the guy was like, "What?" And Woody,
the
Woody
crossing
was,
thing has the time on it. It goes 10:98. It was past that, or the guy was still on the road, and Woody's honking. He got out of the car and spat in this blind man's face. Like, come on, buddy, we've got work to do.
There are people out there who believe this.
GDP.
I saw Woody put $1 in a homeless guy's cup to take out 4 quarters because the vending machine nearby wasn't accepting $1. That was the only reason.
You know what's fake about that story? I didn't put $1 in.
Yeah. It was attached to the fishing wire. Pull it back out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put a
so
5
you would
in,
rank
take 6
Woody as
out.
number 1, Kyle?
Huh? I
mean,
think
after
Woody,
all of that,
Woody might be number 1. I don't know. I can be pretty selfish.
you've got moments though.
I feel like I'm
You
nice.
have moments where I feel like you have feelings like a normal person.
If
I
I'm
don't have those.
unaccountable, here's the difference. I think if I weren't held accountable, I think I'd be a massive asshole. But you mentioned like wait staff and like when we're doing fan stuff. Of course, like you have to be a nice guy. You can't be an asshole in those situations. Like Woody can't help it. We've been through that. That's why he's number 1. But you can't. I feel like if I weren't held accountable, like if you weren't going to remember what I said today, I'd be a pretty big asshole.
Well, that's not fair. I think a lot of people would line up with
Yeah,
that.
fair. So Woody's number 1.
I wouldn't. I'd be nice to people even if I never met it. And the wait staff thing is so I
think you'd run people off the road with your Tacoma. That's how that would work out if there was.
You know what I
carte
might
blanche.
do? If I'm stuck in traffic, I daydream about off-roading. Just like
I think that's normal.
I could
Like into people.
No, but like like all the culverts and drainage ditches and stuff. I'm like, dude, my truck would be awesome at that. Like I would just be riding sideways, going over the.
You'd be thinking a lot of racist and
concrete.
impure thoughts in your head as the people you passed by that were stuck in traffic. Like that fucking Asian guy. He's why I have to do this right now. You know that, right?
I think everybody has those thoughts. Like, have you ever just been standing, like at a Chick-fil-A or whatever, getting your food, and you're like, what would happen if I just cold cocked this guy for no reason?
Constantly.
You know what I do? Here, listen to my inappropriate parenting, right? If like let's say that there's a highway that I take frequently, 540, and the speed limit is 70 miles an hour. If there's someone going 55, before I catch them, with my children, I play guess the driver. Like I'm going with black lady over 70. And Jackie'll be like, I'm going with Indian guy 22, like just learning to drive, and Hope will be like, I'll take Asian woman. And then and then we look.
We did that in Chicago. I was like, old white guy. It's totally an old white guy.
Yeah, I remember
Were you
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, old white.
So
mustache.
It's a fun game.
Yeah,
It's a fun game.
So Woody undoubtedly is standing at the
Number
top
one,
of this podium.
king with his crown, looking down on the poor folk and all the scum of the earth.
Kyle gets silver medal for asshole, perhaps.
I think so, but I'll happily step down if need be.
Taylor?
I don't know.
Let's hear your asshole resume.
Oh, I'm a wonderful person. I tip well.
Cold lie.
Do charity. I only make fun of people when they look like
Charity?
moronic late 19th century
What charity
idiots.
do you do?
I made that up. I don't actually do that.
Okay.
Did
Put
you
that in
buy-
an asshole column for lying about
All right,
charity?
I'm giving Murkah the asshole silver medal for not buying the pop filter for his mic yet. It's $3. $3. The fuck?
Well, if you dispersed your wealth a little better, maybe we'd all have an extra $3.
That's paid.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll get it. But yeah, I don't know. I think Kyle revels in being an asshole a little bit. He likes the rep. He likes the feeling of being an asshole. But when you see him actually, when nobody's looking, he's nice to the wait staff. He's not being mean or surly or anything. I don't
Good
even know.
sociopath.
I'm nice to wait staff in real life.
You're not. You're just not. You're these are illusions that you have.
You're
right
not.
Now. You're not.
I am.
And the thing is, you don't do it on purpose, which is bringing us full circle to that's worse. It's just in your nature to be very stern and cold. This is a full cup of ice. I want half ice. Half ice.
Hey,
Are you stupid? Or
could I
just
get a
half?
refill?
Yeah. Oh, like nodding. Like
Yeah.
I got
Hey!
one asshole.
And that's how he
That was-
initiates a
He won't
conversation.
wait.
Hey,
That
He will
It's
not
very-
wait. The waiter will come, say or do something, and then leave. That guy's not out of earshot, and Woody is talking mad shit about him already. Like, it's only been 15 minutes. Why would we have drinks now? The guy's
he dropped an F-bomb. An F-bomb.
Like the only ones here.
Yeah, we're the only ones there. The manager comes by. Everything going okay over here, guys? And Woody's like, yeah, well, we haven't gotten our drinks yet. And then, like, as the guy's walking away, he trails off, but he doesn't trail off. He kind of stays at the same level. He's like, should have had our fucking drinks by now. I think that 15 fucking
It was
minutes.
like
Am I
15
right?
or
Am I
maybe
right?
even 20 minutes. And like I didn't have a soda yet. And like in my defense, that's really bad service.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
bad service. No
There was
doubt.
an explanation for it. It turned out so that we sat there for
And I don't
probably
even
too
agree
long
with
before
the,
the waiter came.
I don't even agree with his explanation because it's hogwash. There's plenty of other people working there.
Yeah.
That weren't doing anything. We were the only ones there.
We were the only customers in the place. There was still like a full staff. So there's literally like a 15-to-1 or maybe 10-to-1 staff to customer ratio, like including making us one customer. And the guy couldn't find a way to get the beer bottle open. Apparently he wasn't able to open the bottle himself because he was under 21. And I don't think it takes 20 minutes to get that done.
You could have brought it over here closed, man. I'd have opened it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I want Chiz to think of an asshole story, and I just remembered one that I feel really douchey about that I can tell. I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast before. By the way, I did order the pop filter, so
Just now as
it's
we're
coming.
talking.
no, like a couple, it was yesterday, but it has not arrived.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm getting that thing. But
Yay.
okay, so this was like one of those memories that you like talk out of your head with like a good thing that you did once, like, oh, I'm not that bad. But I was at a hockey game like 4 years ago, a Blues game in St. Louis, and it was after like the first or second period. It was bathroom was packed. Like I would have had to wait until the next period started to get in there and take a piss. And so, being me, I was just like, I can finagle my way through this line a little quicker. And so I just like before walking in, I set the stage, walking around being like, Teddy, like, and I walked up to the guy at the back of the line and I was like, have you seen a little boy? I think I saw him run in here. And then he was like, no, I haven't. Here, you can go on in and check for him. And I walked past everybody in line calling out for this fictitious little boy, Teddy, and then eventually got in, just snuck past someone, stepped into his stall, took a piss and got out, walked past one of the dudes, and he's like, you're a real piece of shit. And I was like, yeah. Then I went back to my seat.
How did you do the last step? Like, how did you get in front of a guy?
It's because it winds as you're going in. And so it's like dozens of people in the line, so everybody isn't on board with what's going on. And so I kind of just stepped around where all the people seeing me yell Teddy to get into the bathroom, like they see me go this way, and then there's a sharp bank, and then there's the stalls. And I just kind of took that bank and
But
zooted
at
in
some
one real
point,
quick.
you went directly in front of somebody.
in front of many people.
Yeah, he cut the line looking for someone and went to go take a piss.
No, but that's the thing. At some point, you were in front of someone. Like, let's say hypothetically there was a long, curvy line. I see how you got near the front, but how did you insert?
The way I inserted is someone had just left the stall. The person, for some, you know how some people like to just go to the urinal, have their little talks or whatever. They don't go into the stall because they assume someone has to take a shit's going to go in there. I didn't assume that, and so I just snuck into the stall itself. It wasn't a urinal, so I just kind of.
This almost sounds like the parking lot maneuver, where there's someone waiting there with their blinker on, and you got in.
Yeah.
It was like that if the person waiting with their blinkers, pregnant wife, was in the seat next to him. Like it was that level. But okay, Chiz, what did you do? I want to see if you outrank me.
I don't think so. The only recent one I can think of was it was the first train trip back in April, okay? And I have my big sweet car or whatever, and I leave the door open or whatever because I like it. There's some light, and there was no one in this car, by the way. There was no one in the other room, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll keep it open," because I would go get coffee every 10 seconds because of me. This girl from the coach section where the scum are comes up and she's like yelling or something. She gets in my car, whatever. She's like, "Do you know where the train people are?" Whatever she said, and I was like, "I don't know. I think they're downstairs or whatever." She's like, "There's a guy back there. He's drunk. He's hitting on me. He's yelling at me. I'm about to punch him in the fucking face." I'm like, "I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I think they're downstairs." She's like, "I can't go down there. My foot is broken." And she points down and she's got a cast on her foot or whatever. And I'm like, "All right, fuck it. I'll go down." So I went down. There was no staff there. She was gone to go back to her seat or whatever. So I went back to my car. And then I closed the fucking door, locked it, pulled the fucking curtains back. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that fucking shit again if it comes up here. She came back again, knocked, and then started banging, and I started making snoring noises. and pretended. She's like, "Are you there? I need help." And I just kept snoring until she went away and the banging stopped because I wasn't about to get into this weird fight situation in the fucking coach section with someone I don't know and a drunk older man.
So,
yeah.
Oh my God, like the shit you say about me is actually true with Dr. Chiz. Like he's looking down on people traveling at a lower class.
That's different, though. You look down on everyone who's a lower class. There's literally a class system in the train, though. You know, I get my meals paid for. They have to come out of pocket for them.
Oh.
And they're still higher above
high
the bus
roller.
Very high roller. 3 meals a day, dessert, adds up.
Oh.
It's very sweet.
Wow.
I got a guy that
No,
waits
there's
on
no
me hand and
cross country train.
Maybe
you can
this
take?
is the PKA. Yeah, maybe this is a PKA trip. Train.
No
PKA
train.
goes train.
The train washed out in 2005 that goes south with Katrina. They never built the tracks back. So to get to the East Coast, you have to take the train I took, go to D.C., and then go down.
Oh, that's not better?
It's longer.
Sounds like it's a longer train ride, which is worse.
It's very long. Yeah. Bus is quicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
More exciting.
But it's
You don't get any train stories. They're all rich people that take the train or whatever.
you don't get
That's
any
the only
train
people
stories
I
because you're in
encountered.
your own private room.
No, I go out to the dining car. They fucking force you to sit with people because there's only like 30 seats. So like, all right, 1, 3, boom, you're together. And you make conversation with typically wealthy people because
Wealthy and old?
It depends. I've met some 30-year-olds. A lot of the older people are, you know, some dude owned a farm and some owned business.
Yeah, do you find out how they get their wealth? Because I always find those stories really interesting.
No, I don't typically go that far back.
Dude, I
It's
love
like,
it.
I've owned a farm forever, or I got into this business position.
If they're a farmer, that's one thing. But like, I've talked about this before. So in fast forward, like when I'm on a Disney cruise or something like that, I'm really interested in like, how did you fucking do this? Like, how did you get yourself in a spot where you're taking a cruise liner like across the Atlantic or around the Mediterranean? Like, you know, what are you doing? And sometimes they act like it's way too easy. Like, oh, you're working? No, don't do that. What you got to do is get a lot of passive income. Like that's, you know, like, oh, passive income. Never thought of that. Yeah. So easy. It's like, yeah, I own a couple shopping malls. Managers are handling it.
Yeah. I own a fountain by the mall. It's great.
That's a clever idea.
Days, man.
I own 3 red boxes. Sit back and watch it roll in. Like, yeah, I feel like my first question on the train would be asking people like, so why do you take the train?
Oh,
that's gotta be an
but it's the
interesting
same
question.
answer every day, though. It's typically, if you've got the money, it's just a better way to travel. over everything.
For fugitives.
If you've got time, if you've got time and you've got money, it's the better way to go.
Time
Everyone
is
says and
the
agrees.
thing.
Time is the thing.
But
that's the thing. Old people are retired and have money.
So are they? You said all ages. I asked that.
Yeah. No, there's some younger people in there. I don't typically talk to them though, like the people around my age. Typically 30 and up is who I get seated with. You know, people with kids or like old couples. I've never hung out with like the people my age. They're rare and they're rambunctious. I don't have that kind of time when I'm on the train.
You have nothing but time.
Nothing but time when you're on a train. Yeah.
No, I need to eat my meal as quick as possible. And the problem is, I typically get seated on the it's a very big problem. I get seated on the inside with strangers. So I have finished my meal, but I want fucking dessert, okay?
Oh my heavens, this is a big problem.
Yeah. So I have to wait for them to finish, and then the guy will come and ask everyone for dessert. And then I finish my dessert. Well, now I wait and just stare out the window.
Why are you waiting? You have your dessert already.
I've had my dessert already, is what I said. I have to wait for them to finish their dessert so I can get up. They're not going to let me out.
Oh, wait. You're trapped until everyone finishes?
I'm trapped.
Why are you trapped?
Because
you're not selling us on this method of trap. So
the seat is so tight in a train car.
Go on. No, you're better off if you eat it slower. I'm saying I just eat faster, though, because I typically get a smaller meal.
Now, I don't understand this method of trap. Is it like a ball gag S&M thing? Like, why is it you can't get up and...
These are train folk, not bus folk, Woody. Please don't put them in the category of the freaks, okay? These people have money, all right?
Okay, so what are we talking about, like whips? Like and mahogany dildos?
A lot of
like,
people would have to stand up for him to get around them and out of the train car.
That's why
this entire business is a facade to hide crippling fears of flying. There's no. So you go on a train that's expensive, takes longer. You eat your meal as fast as you can, and you don't have time for conversation.
If Woody really didn't care about time, he'd be right there with me because he hates flying. He gets sick with flying and stuff. I just don't like flying. It's not a fear. I've flown more than you, way more than you. Like filled up 2 passports more than me.
His airplane dong is this like
it's very long.
His airplane dong broke that measuring device in The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. You know, it just that is on his heart.
This is a great topic. Let's brag about things that don't matter. You know? I ate 3 bags of goldfish today.
I think that's a significant thing to brag about. You know, there's plenty of people that don't leave the country.
I'd say I could dip my passport in more bags of goldfish than you ever have.
Do you have a passport?
At least, yeah, I have a passport. I need to go to Chicago sometime.
Never let him live it down. Never.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
Hands down, that has to be one of the stupidest things I've ever heard.
Oh, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! You know what? Know what? If someone was picking on me on his show, he would put a kibosh on it, and that's what I'm here for. He didn't know, and now he does.
I stand by it. It's pretty goddamn dumb to think you need an international U.S. passport that states your citizenship to travel interstately.
But if you'd never flown,
if he had never flown before, it's understandable. It's just funny because he didn't know, but he did. It's not his fault for not knowing. He'd never.
Before that story was I went to South Korea to compete in international.
You know what?
All right. Let's not attack Wings, but it's just the passport thing. Hilarious.
Hey, I got
one of my all-time favorite ones.
50 Cent.
Got Kyle crying.
Yeah, let me get my asshole thing real quick.
I'm sorry.
There's the standard ones, like the stuff I told you I used to do to my coworkers, like, you know, humiliating the guy in front of everyone, making him, you know, he's going to take his underwear off and give it to this effeminate customer.
I forgot about those. Those are horrible.
Putting the dye on the guy's handset for his phone, so he like puts like literally ink all in his ear, like all in his ear.
Or when you were a kid and you'd throw rocks at mailboxes or shoot at cars or.
I used to put cinder blocks in the highway, so the cars had to slow down and go around them, and I'd ambush them, hit them with fucking rocks.
This is how bad that is. I would put a baseball in the road and see if it'd run over it. You're putting cinder blocks in the road.
I put cinder blocks in the middle of the highway, so that the cars would stop and slow down enough. So and their dad was like, "Why would you do that?" And I was like, "I couldn't hit the cars; they were moving too fast, so I needed to slow them down." So let's see. I'm trying to think what else. I've struggled with monogamy mightily. Let's just leave it at that.
But you're honest about it, though.
That's pretty normal.
Well, I'm honest. Anyway, what else? I feel like I'm trying to think if I've ever like physically like hurt anybody, but I don't think I've ever really been an asshole that way. I used to make fun of some people in high school that I really feel bad about it now. I said some. Here's an example of like a real asshole moment. This is like 11th grade me, so forgive me. Maybe 12th grade. Anyway, I think. Let's see. What was it? What did she say was pathetic that I was doing? Oh, I know what it was. So I bought a T-shirt that my friend already owned. It was some funny graphic thing. It was like a funny phrase, and my friend already had one, and I was like, I like that shirt, so I went and bought one. And I'm wearing the shirt at school, and this chick says to me, "Isn't that the same shirt that Blake has?" And I was like, "Yeah, I liked it, so I got one." She's like, "That's pathetic," and I reply with, "No, pathetic is going to prom by yourself," because she was.
But I don't call
Wow.
that you being an asshole. You were countering her being a bitch.
That's true. And she lived in a glass mansion. She should have known better.
I gotta add this. She should have known that. I gotta add this. I didn't know it. She had a huge crush on me. She totally liked me. So I feel like it was a double punch
Well,
there.
she's a double bitch then. Why would you do that to someone you like?
Well,
Hey,
and
you're pathetic, and I'm pathetic for liking someone who's pathetic.
Look, I think she was trying to make conversation. If I'm being honest,
She's
Catherine,
not
if
good
you're
at
out
it.
there,
No.
I'm very sorry that I said that. I feel real bad about it. But that was a real asshole moment. Let's see. I don't know. Blew up a chicken one time.
One time, they have like those
Casually let that one go by. No one cares.
road
Nobody-
barriers. And they're like horses, like a carpenter would use with the flashing lights on them. One time, I stole a flashing light.
Oh, wow.
You rapscallion. You.
Yeah, I'm really struggling here.
was
I have an
sorry.
actual asshole move. So I'm a freshman in college, and I'm on the swim team, and there are like 5 of us together-ish. And I know like 4 of them, like me and 3 others, were on the swim team, and there was a girl who happened to be fat and ugly, and I didn't think she was on the swim team. And like no one mentioned she was on the swim team. She was someone who's on the swim team's roommate, and that's why I thought she was with us. And then when we went to sit at the tables, because of the number, we had to push 2 tables together. And I was with the fat and ugly non-swimmer, and I was like, and I switched tables, and she was all by herself, and I felt like an asshole. Somebody else switched to her table. And I was just like, yeah, that was a douche move. But I did do it.
She should have known better than to sit by you when fat and ugly. You know?
Yeah, she knows her clique. It's not with the
No,
surfers.
that's.
Let's be real.
You said you were in high school, right?
Yeah, I was
Freshman
about
in
to say
college.
we're gonna give kind of passes. To, well,
Freshman in college.
you're an asshole.
Jesus
then.
Yeah, that's
Christ.
pretty-
I was gonna give a pass to anything kind of high school related because you're ignorant.
I hit that girl.
Dude, she had it
You hit-
coming.
She did
She had
have
it
it
coming.
coming.
You hit-
She had it coming.
Yeah.
You backhanded the fuck out of that bitch. And
Oh.
it's a great story. I love that. I wish I could go back in time just to see that moment.
Oh my
Just
god.
backhand.
I like I've just got it burned into my memory that it was cold out and she had like the 4 fingers on, like, because it was a backhand, like bam, my hand impression was on her face like it was some fucking like Indian war paint thing they did. It was right.
I haven't heard this story. I haven't
It's-
heard about this at all.
She was bullying him severely and kind of reveling in the fact that she was a girl and he couldn't hit her back. And eventually, after maybe a couple of weeks or even more of this, Woody slapped the fuck out of
Yeah,
her.
and fast forward, it actually lasted 3 months. She was bullying me. She kept calling me fag. She kept saying I look like a girl, and I kind of did. I was late to puberty, and I had like wide hips, and my shoulders weren't like broad yet or anything. And she's just, you're a fag, you're a pussy, you look like a girl, looking at me, walks like a girl, etc. And I would ignore it. This happened in gym class, day after day after day after day. And moving along, 3 months later, at one point I said something like, if you keep talking like that, you're going to get slapped. And then she started begging me to slap her. I dare you to do it. Slap me, slap me, slap me. You won't slap me. You're a pussy. Didn't do it. It was either 1 or 2 days after that of her begging for me to slap her. After, like, you're a pussy, you're a faggot, you won't slap me, etc. It was like fucking wish granted. And, bang!
Like starting a lawnmower.
And like starting
Yeah.
a lawnmower, and I hit her so hard. And to wrap up the story and fast forward, like I was scared to death. I learned later that she was dating the captain of the wrestling team, and he came up to me in the cafeteria, and I was like, I'm fucking doomed. And he's like, did you hit my girlfriend? And I was like, yep, I'm waiting for this. And he's like, yeah, I know how she is. Don't do that again. And that was how it wrapped up. Like, he was almost
Sounds like he
on
was a
my
cool
side.
guy.
Yeah, he was. And the fight, even though he was small like me, would have been very lopsided. I would have gotten crushed. And I kind of knew it, and he kind of knew it, and just said no more, and that was it.
I can just picture
I
that.
shot
from
a guy-
behind him, sit with,
Wait,
like,
what?
Arms.
Oh, okay.
I shot a guy at the lunch table point blank with a this super rubber band thing and a plastic launching thing I had made for it, and shot him right in the eyeball, like across the table. And I meant to, not his eyeball, but his face. I was like, I'm gonna shoot him in the face with this. And it was like the projectile was, when you open a 20-ounce soda, there's that little plastic ring that like detaches.
Mm-hmm.
I had chewed on that until it was flat, and then that I bent around the rubber band, and I had a legit rubber band. Like, this isn't something you'd find in an office. Like, I was like, and it hit him right in the eye, and he stands up and he wants to fight, and I'm like, well, I know I'm in the wrong here, but all right, let's fight. And and we square off, and then he goes blind. I can see his eyes go blank. He's like real intense, and then he goes. And I was just like, for a minute, I was just like, maybe I give him a little jab here. Maybe I just finish him up real quick. I could take him out in 3 seconds. I could put a combo
Go
on this
Ronda
guy's
Rousey
blind.
on his ass.
But instead, I was just like, are you okay? Are you okay? And he's like, I can't see. And I was just like, well, fucking sit down and don't tell on me.
Why did you shoot him in the eye?
He's
I didn't
probably being
mean
an
to hit the
asshole.
eye. I just wanted to
Oh,
shoot him in the face.
Okay, I'll ask again.
Why'd you wanna
Why
attack
did
the
you
kid?
shoot him? Like, did he do something to
I
deserve
didn't-
this?
He's just a douche,
You know,
right?
you're
You just didn't
taking
like
my
him.
gold medal, I think. Like, these stories are pretty legit.
I just did it because I wanted to.
But his things are when he's a kid, and I'm gonna give a little bit of a pass
That's
to
high
that kind of
school. That's
stuff.
high school.
Yeah, that's high school.
I would also
you're mean to
organize
wait
big-
staff to this day at the age of 42.
That's true. I would go buy
Those
two
women
bags-
cut themselves after having to encounter Matthew Woodward.
I would buy 2 bags of Skittles at lunch, and I would pass them out to everyone at my lunch table. And the game was this. I would pick a target somewhere in the lunchroom, and then everybody throws one at the exact same time. And with that kind of volley, you could be very accurate over long ranges. So clear across the lunchroom, I'd be like, that guy. And 8 fucking Skittles get hurled across the room. And you think, oh, it's just a Skittle. But when 8 of them just come down and hit a table, like, everybody be freaking out and looking around and stuff. And then we kept stepping it up. Eventually it was brownie balls. You get the brownies from the cafeteria, and they're the same consistency as like Play-Doh, so you can just roll them up into any form you want, really. So we'd launch those across the cafeteria.
There were a couple times back in middle school, actually, I would get, for whatever reason, we had a fuck ton of soda, and I would just bring a bunch with me to school for a couple weeks, and I would give them out to all of my friends and the people I wanted to be my friends, and the people I hated that also sat at the same table, I would exclude them. And then they would ask me for soda, and I would say, oh, no, these aren't for you. These are from
Oh,
friends.
so you were the pop man.
Yeah, I
you
was
were
a pop man. And then
saying no.
this is worse. What I would take with my excess ones, I would walk home to school every day with these people and the losers that were following us that I didn't like. The excess ones I would take, go in the middle of the road, and spike them in the street and watch them fly into the air as cars drove by.
That sounds like a waste of soda. See, I have a
It
good
is.
one where I was transitively an asshole, so I wasn't immediately affiliated with it. So we had this teacher in high school who was like legitimately going blind. Like, he couldn't see light yellow. He couldn't see yellow very well at all. We could deftly play catch with tennis balls in his class while he was talking to us, and as long as they were brand new, catch it, throw it to someone else. He didn't know what was going on. We put a doll in a seat one day for a kid that was out, and it was like one of those like blow up, like it was not blow up. It was like a straw doll for like one of those field day things they were doing, and they put it there. And at one point he was like, Jared, care to comment? And it was like, nope, guess not. It's just like, and then we kept going on to class. And that one just came back to me. This is the other one, is we were supposed to do this. He made us turn in our essays had to be longer in that class because he couldn't read like the 12-point font as well. Really nice guy. But he made us do a big presentation on a piece of poster board, and it was like about some history shit, like maybe a Renaissance era, and we did it. We did everything correctly. We all did it as a group. I thought that it was going to go off without a hitch, just a regular presentation, boring. And the like troublemaker in our group, who was selected to be the presenter, because there was only one person presenting and the other two people did the work. So it was like, all right, I can do this shit. You just don't fuck it up when you get up there. He had written in highlighter in the background of all the details of it so that all the kids could see it, just wrote, "You are a fag," on the poster board in highlighter. And so he got up there, and like my name's on this project, and so like, he got up there, like standing up there, and like me and my other mate are just like, oh Jesus Christ, we're so fucked, this is gonna work. And he gave the whole presentation, everybody's laughing, the teacher's just like, now the Baroque era isn't that funny, and it's like has no idea. But so I wasn't immediately associated with that, but it was really assholeish.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Wow.
Yeah, you're really taking advantage of
Blind
people
man
paying
tricks.
teacher.
That's a great
Yeah,
he had to
story.
quit a
Next
couple
level
months later.
stuff right there.
It sounds
Went
like you're
fine.
just perpendicular to assholishness, so I'll give you a pass on that one.
I had
That wasn't me.
My story is not nearly as entertaining, but we had an old teacher. He was like in his 70s, and he just lost his ability to give a fuck. Like it didn't take us long to figure out that if he came late to class, there was no punishment. So like everyone started, like I rearranged my schedule, so that's when I would go to the locker. I'd just roll in like 7 minutes late. Then it got to be I could roll in like 5-7 minutes late and have food with me. So I'd have like a popsicle or the kind that's coated with like a chocolate shell, and I would just roll in, and he couldn't, like he just didn't. He was sick, and he didn't have it in him to fight. And then he got swapped out with the substitute, and the substitute like he's like, you guys have been taking advantage of him. He's in the hospital now, etc. And then he died, and that was like yeah, that's how the story ends. I had to start behaving, and the teacher died.
You didn't do anything though. Like that really
Yeah,
put
he
him
was
to
on
the
the
edge
way.
of his life. Like,
No,
I can't-
I'm not saying I
can't deal
killed
with
him,
it.
but I took advantage of him.
Well, I mean, you
I
might have
guess
played a role.
there is
I may have taken a weekend
But
off.
I'm actually
We
nice
had
to
that
wait
left
staff. Like when I
game.
go to my barber, they're all waiting there like I have
Well, you're
treats
also an asshole,
and their
by the way.
dogs. I've stopped saying the thing
the
about
commands you
faster's
bark
better.
at the barber shop.
Now I
attendee.
walk in and he's like, like he tells me what I want. He's like, oh yeah, number 2 on the sides, top long enough to cone to there. And I'm like, yep. But it takes, so I don't say faster's better anymore, and they're slipping a bit on that. But I still tip the same, and they always,
Yeah.
yeah.
You say faster is better?
I love
Yes.
it.
How the
you're
orders
number
go,
one.
the
You're
commands
not-
you yell at this attendee. I want a number 2 on the sides, 4 on the top. Point me at the TV. Don't talk to me. Faster's better.
I don't say don't talk to me. That's just implied by the TV
it's
thing.
implied by the TV. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, point
See,
me at the
this
TV and faster's
podium
better.
is like bronze, silver, and then on the ivory tower in the middle is Woody perched atop.
That's so not fair.
Oh, not even close.
There was a
When they
teacher.
didn't have-
Faster is better.
That time that they didn't have our hotel reservation, I was so shocked by how restrained he was. It was ridiculous. That's the one time I've seen him like they. I think it was because there was this whole other melodrama of like this other
They were fun.
customer. He was there, and long story short, he had some cold soup, but he'd eaten it.
But it
and so
was-
like they were like, "You ate it."
It was
So-
full on
so-
cold. He's like, it took 2 hours to deliver my soup, and they gave it to me, and it was essentially a drink at that point. Like it was just room temperature, but he ate it, like Kyle said, and there was a big drama over whether or not he should pay for the freezing
And
soup.
the manager is like, you could tell by the way the manager was talking to this guy that like he's perfectly fine with the option of, okay, well get the fuck out then. like that's clearly one of the manager's options here. Like just the way he's talking, he's like, well, I don't know what you want me to do for you. Like what do you want from me? You ate it. What's the issue here? You didn't enjoy it? Like, well, and he was just like giving this guy no slack whatsoever. So when he kind of came over to us, we were kind of like, I don't want to fuck with this guy. Like he won't give us anything. Like we just need to be like concerned and upset rather than assholes. I think that's what happened there. But normally I think we would have let him have it a little more. At first we did. It was just like that scene from Seinfeld where he
I
has
stole
the
it from
reservation
that
medal.
scene.
You did. He said it to her. He's like, I don't think you know how the reservation works.
Yeah, because we reserved a room, and they didn't have a room for us. I'm like,
Yeah.
do you know what
You
reservation?
catch,
Go on.
yeah, you catch more with those customer service situations of like they don't have something for you. If you just like exactly what Kyle said. If you play up like the concerned, like I'm just worried it's not going to work out correctly, instead of like the what the fuck, what kind of operation are you running? Like they're going to give you the benefit of the doubt 10 times more often. What'd you do? Sorry, there's a fly in my face.
Yeah.
Okay. Just all concerned about whatever invisible thing you were swatting at.
Yeah. I thought they were like some spirits or something.
No spirits. You've been.
So I'll ask: is this an
exercised
asshole thing? In middle school, we had a science fair. And the previous year before that, I did an experiment, and those suck and are boring. So what we did, I came up with the idea of building a book report book stand. It was this wooden thing, really nice. Me and my dad built it, and you put a book on it, had a notepad thing on it, secure the book. It was really cool, and it was done so well that the teacher judging the whole thing thought I cheated and bought this at a store somewhere, and I was DQ'd. So me and my friends peed in her gas tank.
Oh, wait. What does that do to the gas tank? Does it ruin the car?
I don't know, but it
Make
felt
it go
really
faster.
It felt like a bad thing to do to a vehicle, so we peed in her gas tank. All four of us. It's fun.
Time to pay the
How did you
bills.
find the time?
It was after school. What do you mean? How did I find the time? I'm a kid.
Yeah, like how far away is this car that 4 guys can just line up and?
If you
Teachers
put
do it.
water in a
Currently,
gas
yes.
tank, it just doesn't run as well. And I
Yeah.
imagine it's a similar effect.
Yeah, I don't know what happened after that. We didn't stick around to like watch her start the car or anything.
My cousin has had his gas tank sugared, and
That's
caused-
awful.
yeah,
That'll
that
seize the
ruined
whole
it.
engine up, right?
It did,
Yeah.
ruined his car.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
It was very
Why
bad.
would it
yeah,
seize the engine?
I'm
I
not
don't know.
exactly sure, but
I would have
think
guessed
of
it would
hard
clog the
particulates.
fuel injector. Like that would my guess would be a fuel delivery issue.
perhaps.
I don't know. That's
I-
what I've always heard. That and salt, I think. They'll just
How much sugar do you need to put in there?
I have no
Probably
idea.
a lot, right?
I wouldn't
Probably, like-
think so. I would think if you
Really?
get like, I bet a cup of sugar would ruin your car.
well, a cup is a significant amount. I think. Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, coffee. Well, I mean, I don't think you put a sugar packet in there, but a coffee cup full of sugar,
Right.
fuck your car.